Hello. Welcome back to Meadow Grove Farm and Farming Simulator 17. I'm RainbowDave, and today we're going to make some firewood. Now, before I start doing this, I'm going to point out, Muscles mode is off. It's off. I'm not going to make any cuts here while we get to this tree. I'm also going to make... I'm going to do this completely legit. Nathan, did you rescale the trees? That looks rescaled. Yep, it was. There's an easy way to tell, by the way. If a tree has been rescaled, then it goes kind of a bit wonky when you cut it. And the indicator, as you saw there, is slightly off center. Is this? This one's rescaled too. Nathan, are there any trees that aren't rescaled? Nathan, that's not how you do forests. Oh dear. He might have made a mistake and decided to do... Well, it looks increasingly like he made a mistake and did stuff he maybe shouldn't have. And as a word of advice to anybody who wants to make a map, don't rescale trees, because it ends up making problems. So, firewood making time. You might have noticed that I did have a trailer over there, a Brantner trailer. Hopefully this is going to be short enough that I can lift it. Come on. Yep. We got the Brantner trailer here, and we're going to just... I'm too close to that piece of wood. We're going to just drop everything in, because the Brantner is one of the trailers that has a collision on the rear. A surprising amount of mod trailers don't, so if you want to do something like this, maybe don't do it with a mod trailer. I'm going to try for this long of a piece of wood. This might not work very well, but let's see if we can pick this up. We can. And again, I'm a bit too close, but it's fine. I forgot to put on my glasses. Did I just... Yes, I just threw clear over the trailer. GG Dave. GG. And you can see we'll be able to take quite a lot of wood here. I'm just gonna get my glasses on so that I can see. There we go. You might have... How do I put this? You might notice it more in the streams that I'm wearing glasses a bit more often. They are prescription. They are actually my glasses. They're not just something I'm wearing to look smarter. The reason that I'm wearing them is basically because I got a lazy eye. My left eye is lazy. Stuff that maybe you guys don't know. My left eye is lazy, and I'm slightly long-sighted in that eye too. So I sometimes, by sometimes I mean quite often, struggle to see things quite close to me. Ironically, my phone seems to be exempt from that. Can I? Nope, too heavy. Just in case somebody thought that I'd turned on Creator Tools somehow in a cut somewhere that I'd managed to hide, because I'm totally that good at editing videos. No. Here we go. How's the trailer looking? Empty. Good. May have made a horrible mistake. Still too heavy. So let's get back into this. It does tend to help if I try and hit the tree where it'll cut. There we go. If you're wondering why I'm using the axe, it's kind of because I feel like this map suits smaller equipment. Much the same as Gamsting for now, although I am increasingly tempted to go a bit larger on Gamsting, just to make things easier. Because some of the fields are quite large there. And, oh, this is where the bugs start coming in. Again, still no magic muscles mode, or whatever you want to call it, cheaty carry muscles mode, whatever you want to call it today. Although I'm gonna cut this again. I'm still gonna cut this in half because that's way too big for the trailer. And you might notice that I got like 826,000. That is because what I did when I started this map up the first time and was setting up for... It might have been a video, it might have been a stream. I genuinely can't remember, but I got 7 hours on the map and that's all I really know. What I did when I was setting up the very, very first time was I sold off everything, then turned on the money cheat in Creator Tools. And I'm not gonna like cheat the money back out, because having this much means that I can basically do what I want on the map. You know, I'm not limited by saying, oh, I can't afford that, or something like that, like I like doing on various maps. Having like €1 million, dollar, pounds available, whatever currency suits you best, of course. I saw that piece of... Wait. Get in the trailer. And is that a bit too big for the trailer, or is it just... No, it's just at a wonky angle. I maybe should... I maybe should get a chainsaw. That might be faster. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of the axe, which I saw there, and we're going to get a chainsaw, because it's going to be a bit faster. We'll get... I usually get the steel. Let's get the Husqvarna. And let's get this done super fast, like, and watch the tree go ping. There we go. As it pings. Ah, that's why. Yeah, it's another reason why. Oh! Sawdust mod is useful suddenly. Yeah, if you spot the sawdust, that's from the sawdust mod, because chainsaws do tend to like giving off quite a lot of sawdust. I'm gonna try and do this all kind of in one go and see how badly I do getting somewhat evenly spaced cuts into the tree. I think I'm doing well so far. This one is going to be not so even though. Fairly even actually. And we'll just lop off the end. It should magically disappear. Fantastic. Let's... I want to say I did pretty well getting even cuts into that tree. Now in reality, I will admit here, I am being a bit unrealistic. And I know that I complain about people who say, you know, realism all the time at all costs, whatever. I know they got the realistic series as well, so don't start me on that. But in reality, the trailer wouldn't be anywhere near as tall as the Brantner is. I wish I had a smaller trailer that I could be certain wouldn't have the issue the Brantner does, which is... Well, I say the issue. I wish I could have a smaller trailer that did have a solid rear end, which sounds odd, but you know, the back of the trailers in most mods I've seen it happen are not 100% solid or are not solid at all, and as a result, if you try doing logs or small bales or something with them, and you could use this for small bales, just park in the middle of the field and grab the bales, put them in. But whoops. What you can do with this that you can't do in most mod trailers, and this isn't a complaint about mods, it's just an observation I've made, is you can, you know, fill them up like that. I know this isn't completely full. Do you know what, let's get another tree down actually. Let's get another tree or two down and keep going here. So this one should fall upwards, but game, when the trees are rescaled, does that sometimes. And somebody asked when I was wood chipping on, I think it was Oakfield, do you get more wood chips from the rescaled trees? Honest answer is I have no idea. So props to that person for asking a very interesting question that I might make a test map for at some point taking the same tree, or 5 of the same tree that are not rescaled, and then rescaling it by, well, just doubling the size. Because in theory, if you double the size, you should... Oh, it might be a square factor. Because it'd be done by area, wouldn't it? I'd double the size anyway, just to see if there... Because if there is an increase, if I double the size, it should be blatantly obvious that there's an increase. Also, I screwed up here and just need to cut this in half. There we go. Always kind of irks me when people rescale trees because it makes for problems. Especially, this is more of a complaint, especially when it's the forestry area you rescale the trees in, Nathan. I don't think many people do this map for forestry though, so maybe it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it is certainly an annoyance. Of course, if you didn't want to use a trailer, you could just use the... Yep, that's how physics works. You could just use the well, either of the 2 pickups, really. The in-game ones, I, again, don't know about mods. There might be the same issue with the modded pickups, especially. And I'm going to say this straight out, the 5th wheel ones, I would imagine, will not have a solid back plate, because with 5th wheel trailers, I don't know if it's the same, or with 5th wheel anything, historically, and this is going from FS15 backwards, I don't know about FS17, I haven't played about the trucks nearly enough to know this, but historically it was the case that how's the trailer looking? That's full enough for me, because they're going to go wobbling, because there's no way to lock them down. Historically there was no way to do a 5th wheel and not have there's no way to do a 5th wheel and have a solid back to whatever you wanted the 5th wheel on, including trucks. That may have changed in the meantime. So where is the sawmill? It's up there. So let me see, we're going to come out of here, turn left, and then it's the 2nd right, and then the 1st left. To set off these, I'm calling this firewood, it's blatantly not, it's way too big to be firewood, but it's the closest I can viably do in a video, I think is the best way of putting it. Let's get a screenshot here real quick. I really still need to fix the IC button. For those of you who like the realistic side of things, there's the beacons on. I'm not going to play the HAL 9000 thing today. There we go. That was the 1st right. The 2nd right is going to be up here. Unless that was the 2nd right and I've just passed it. That was the 1st right. Good. So the logs are behaving surprisingly well. I wonder, is there some sort of locking script that takes effect when the tractor's turned on? No, not... No, because they just shifted. There. That's... I'm surprised that they're behaving. Usually farm sim physics wouldn't be this kind. This is a pleasant surprise. Thank you, FarmSim, for giving me this pleasant, wonderful surprise. And we're not turning up there because that's not actually a way to turn, but we're turning up by the bale sell point over here. I think there might be a forestry area up there as well. There is kind of by the cows, so... Do I want to go back down to the same one, or just kind of power on to the one up by the cows because it's closer? Huh. I don't know. And it's going to depend on... And this is going to be the fun bit. You'll see why in a second. It's going to depend on how well this thing unloads if I even try again. Because... I've noticed I said unloads. There is a small chance that I will have to get out of the tractor and unload this log by log. Should not be great. So which one of these is the sawmill? That's impossible to tell. Sawmill, wood chips, top hill stores, menu. Oh, menu. So the sawmill is that one over just the other side of this wall. So that... Ah, good. I was very afraid that the sawmill was going to be that wood chip sell point. But no, this is the sawmill sell point, so let's start unloading and see how it does. Come on. Yes. Yeah. Do 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 do. Realism. Maximum realism. Is that all the logs? That's all the logs. I kind of wish... Because... Alright. Little point of physics here, I think, perhaps. No, that works. I was gonna say, this isn't vertical. This should stay vertical at all times. It does. Oh no, it doesn't! It goes off at a weird angle there. Why does it go off at a weird angle there? No, if that stayed vertical at all times, it'd be really cool and really well animated. Giant! I was just about to praise the physics of this trailer. Apart from the fact that the logs don't have any influence, but that's fine, because it's just an animation. It was really, really good right up until the point where the back end of the back door of the trailer went off the vertical. That was really, really good right up until the end there. So I've decided that we're going to go over to the forest by the cows and do a bit more logging over there, because it's easier to get there. It's going to be faster to get there, basically. Which I suppose is a good enough reason. It's as good a reason as any. So today's stream, by the way, is... I haven't fully decided yet, which is problematic, because later on today I'm going to have to make the thumbnail for today's stream. For those of you that don't know, just a little kind of aside and behind the scenes thingy here. What I've been doing this week, and I think it's been working well for me, just to cut stress, and get unique thumbnails for every stream, is I've decided the night before what jobs I want to do in the next stream and what map I want to do in the next stream. So you'll have noticed that the thumbnails matched up almost exactly with the jobs I want to do in the last two streams, the Gamsting stream and the Meadow... I keep forgetting the name of this map. Meadow Grove stream. That was intentional. Has he... Nathan, for the love of... Stop Okay. I'm gonna stop right here for a second and go on a little rant. Mappers! All of you! Even you, Oxy and Bill, I'm gonna include you in this one because you do it too! Stop rescaling stuff! Especially, well, you can rescale like sheds and stuff, that's fine. Stop rescaling physics objects! Just stop it, because once you rescale them, it breaks the physics. Trees are the worst culprits, and trees are the thing that's most commonly rescaled by mappers. Just stop, please! Because if you rescale a tree, it does this when it's cut. This tree is rescaled, it's going... Look at that! It floated! And that isn't something Nathan does, or only Nathan does, or only bad mappers do. And that's not something that makes a map bad. It's something that irritates the crap out of me and a lot of other people, because they don't... Here's the thing. I know about mapping. I know what the tricks are. I've spoken to Bullet Bill, he's told me the tricks. I know what happens with physics when you do certain stuff. I know this stuff. Some of you guys maybe didn't realise that rescaling, that the reason that trees go wonky when you cut them and decide to float off into the sky like that is because they've been rescaled. And all rescaling trees succeeds in doing is breaking physics. Like, if it's a tree that's hidden away, fine, but... And this is aimed more at Nathan. And actually Oxy, because he did it in I can't remember what map, but he did on one of them. Don't do it in the forestry area, because that's the place that people would expect to cut the trees down. Like, this is the one place where you 110% should not have rescaled trees. Ever. Because literally all that happens is people come in with a chainsaw or a Ponzi scorpion, and they cut down a tree, and then the scorpion goes flying across the map because the physics have glitched because the tree's rescaled. And people will then say, "Oh, that's the game's fault," and blame giants. When in fact it's one of the rare occasions where yes, it is the map's fault. You know, there's a running joke that Bullet Bill has where no matter what it is, it's the mapper's fault. The tree's glitching to a certain extent. Yes, the giants can take some of the blame because they decided to make it this way. But mappers decided to rescale the damn thing, so yes, it is the map's fault. And it's one of the few times where I will just openly attack every modder. Because literally everybody does it. Like, if you want to rescale stuff, fine. I'm not gonna stop you. But I'm gonna make a request of all mappers everywhere from now on. And actually, just in general. If you want to rescale trees, fine. Please, 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 please don't rescale the ones that people are going to use for forestry. Rescale the oaks, the birches, the... not the pines. What are the trees? Are they still placeable in this game? Or no? Birch, maple, oak, even the... Is it the old sod poplars? Were the ones... You know, rescale those trees. Don't rescale the evergreens. Rescale the deciduous, because they're hard to do forestry on and people don't tend to do it. These ones, the ones you can use the Ponzi Scorpion on, please don't. Because all you succeed in doing is making physics problems for people who try to do forestry. You know, it's nice to have variety in the size of trees, yes, but maybe do it by using the old trick of embedding the trees in the ground. Like, oh my god, Nathan, how many trees do you have embedded in the ground on this map? And I knew I'd see trees embedded in the ground over here, by the way. It's an old trick for making bushes. Yeah, maybe do it like that and not by rescaling them, because rescaling them causes physics to be very, very unhappy. And if you want to know when a tree's been rescaled, see the blue marker? See the way that it's not in the center of the tree? Is there a properly scaled tree anywhere around here? No, no. No. Nathan, did you rescale... Did you import a tree that was rescaled and not bring the scaling back to 1? I get the feeling that's what's happened as autosave kicks in. Nathan! No, this tree's properly scaled. See the way the blue marker here is in the center of the tree? See why it's not here? This means this tree's been rescaled. Whether it's in the X, Y, or Z axis, it's been rescaled, and that's how I can tell just by looking with a chainsaw. Oh, you know, I know I'm gonna have problems when I see the off-center marker, which is good because I don't get surprised by it. But it's what'll this one do? Okay, that probably... Okay, that should have fallen that way. Okay, I'm kind of okay with that, but... The rescaling thing, please stop. Just... Like, as a favor to the players of the map, please, because... It's just problems. All you're doing is making problems. Oh, by the way, if somebody wants to try and claim that using a chainsaw isn't a realistic way to make firewood, I will point out that the firewood that we buy here for the house during the winter is all blatantly cut with a chainsaw. I can see the tooling marks on it. It's blatantly chainsawed. Or I guess the tree is put into a circular saw, put through a circular saw that cuts it up, but you know, it's chainsawed, and I know that the traditional way is to use an axe and all that kind of stuff, but it's 2018. I'm gonna just try and use this log to sweep the others down. Yes. You can't lift a tree, but you can use a twiglet to brush the entire tree around. Because farm sim physics, sometimes I love this. Sometimes I love just how farming sim physics work. It's like, oh, you can't lift that tree, it's too heavy. Okay, can I push everything around with one little twiglet? Yeah, sure, why not? Because that's real. That's realistic. And it might sound like I'm really angry. I'm actually not. I'm very entertained by everything, including the rescale trees. They are an annoyance, yes, but do you know what? The fact that they break physics so easily is just entertaining to me. Because, like, sometimes I go out of my way to break the physics of the game. You guys know this. Sometimes I don't have to because the mapper's already done it for me. Like, they've already set it up so the physics are going to go horrifically bad. Or horrifically wrong. And that's just beautiful. It's just perfect for me. I love it. Because the less effort I have to go into, you know, I have to put into breaking things, the more effort I can put into making fun of them when they do break. Or, you know, making a joke around it or something. I don't know. Sounds like I script my episodes. No! You guys know that I run entirely without a script. There was another log over here. There it is. Come. There we go. Are there any other logs hiding about? You! Into the trailer. Anybody else? Any other takers? Blatantly cheating to see where the logs are. No more takers for the log train over to the... Yeah, no, good. Yes, no, good. Yes. I can English. I can English well times. I can English goodly. I've just noticed what time it is in real life. I'm going to have fun in the next 15 minutes because it's 4:45. I'm supposed to be live in 15 minutes and I want to make a cup of tea. Luckily, everything's pretty much set up because, like I said, I actually set up the entire stream barring the go live button the night before now. And it just got stressed. That's why is possibly, I'm not going to say it's definitely, it's possibly one of the reasons why, and it was said to me yesterday after the stream, I'm not going to say who by, but it was said to me yesterday or not yesterday, but yesterday for me, on Tuesday? What day is today for me? Thursday. Is it Thursday? It's, no, on Wednesday after the stream, man. And actually on Tuesday somebody pointed out that I was very hyper in a video. Yeah, less stress does that to a person. Because part of the reason I was getting super stressed with streams, number one was because I had the wrong outlook. And I'm not going to go into that. But number two was because I was constantly waking up way too late. And I did that Wednesday, I guess, apparently. Apparently... Oh... Game. I can't TARDIS this, because if I TARDIS this, all the logs are gonna fall out. There we go. And now I've completely lost my... on Wednesday, oh yeah, now I remember. On Wednesday, I was super, like, stressed because I was woke up late, and my coffee and stuff. But because I had the stream all ready to go, I wasn't worrying about that stuff when I was, you know, having my breakfast. I was able to enjoy food. And I might, not really enough time. I'm kind of tempted to make more food and delay yesterday's stream a bit because I'm fat. But I think I'll just make a cup of tea and grab some biscuits or something and have tea and biscuits. And by grab a cup of tea, I mean my thermos is returned. Or you guys will already have known that, but for me, my thermos is returning in yesterday's stream because I want tea. It's like putting a yank chain in an old toilet. Deliver the logs. But that's going to do it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll leave you by saying, I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching... Wow, I got 139 for one of those logs. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Meadow Grove Farm by Nathan. Hopefully it'll be on FSUK near you soon. Or this version will be. This is the update, obviously. Until next time, stay safe. And goodbye.